I've heard it said that expectations are resentments waiting to happen. You think something, and that thought is the lens through which you see the world. Your ideas on what something is colors that very thing. So talking to Peter Sarsgaard, I thought that maybe I'd meet a version of one of the many outsider characters he's played so brilliantly. And I was wrong. My show is like a biography in 7 minutes. I ask the questions that connect with my guests on a human level and create their portrait at the same time. I'm Patrick Hoelck, and this is an interview with Peter Sarsgaard. I got you a nice coffee. I don't know if it'll be any good. What would you say the greatest misconception of you is?
That's funny, there's so many.
Anyone.
I don't think that people, I don't imagine people conceiving of me. I always think of them as seeing my parts, but by the way that I get treated by people sometimes on the street, which is some amount of trepidation, that I'm in any way, it's funny, you say, if I'm really not a creepy person, that's like the creepiest thing that you can say. Someone else has to vouch for you.
I could tell you there was a lot of girls that wanted to visit. They're like, oh, that guy, I like that guy.
Well, unfortunately, for a while, the more bad guys that I played, the more people that were the antagonists.
Dysfunctional.
Yeah, the more a certain type of person got interested in me.
You see that where they look at you and they want the
you're
character?
like, I'm not
that dude.
And why are you wanting that dude?
That's the best, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, he looks dangerous.
No. I think people would be very disappointed a lot of the time when they met me.
You're not dangerous or any creepy.
No. Yeah.
You've changed the way you've lived after 39. What was that like? What brought you to that place to like, I want to change?
Yeah, I got sober. I just thought I could do better.
You didn't feel like you were living to your fullest in that?
Yeah, I was very fortunate to have a job that allows you to be a little bit of up.
Which job? Acting?
Acting,
yeah.
I feel like people bend over backwards to help actors do what they do, and many great actors have been pushed into frame and pulled off.
Come over this way about a foot, so you block the park. Yep. You did Blue Jasmine, is it true? Woody Allen doesn't give scripts. What's that like? Do you not know where you're at or what you're doing?
It takes some amount of the storytelling power away from you as an actor. On the other hand, it frees you up to be an in-the-moment, reactive individual. I always think like, oh, he must have grown up in a family where people interrupted each other, overlapped talking. That what sounds natural to him, because sometimes directors will say, I want you to sound like you do in life. And you go like, your life or my life?
Yeah.
I think we all know that song of what it sounds like.
Neuroses, chaos, a lot of
ideas and a lot of urgency in expressing those ideas.
Yeah, just like stream of consciousness.
Yeah.
Do you ever get anxiety when you have a huge performance? Or do you ever feel like I don't want to go out there today?
I have anxiety
really
right now.
Me too. That's why I brought the ping pong.
No, anxiety's like, kind of the key to doing something well.
Breaking through it?
Well, it just means you care an awful lot. So I think I've seen people that don't have any anxiety, and a lot of times they're kind of just disconnected from what actually is going on.
Right. What's the hardest lesson you've ever learned?
Hardest lesson I've ever learned? I guess trying harder doesn't make it better.
Try different various leans into the wall or straight at me. That's great. Beautiful. Your first scene ever was Sean Penn killing you in the woods. What was that like?
Well, it was hard, because so if you think of that, we're getting dragged through a bayou. When you get dragged through a bayou, thrown down in the mud, physically assaulted, you get dirty, but you can't be dirty on take 2, because we're starting off walking through the woods. So we'd have to go all the way through the scene of all the physical action happening, and it was very intense. And then go and take showers, put on clothes again, hair and makeup again, do it again. I don't know how many times we did that. So it wasn't just doing it a bunch of times over an hour, it was over many hours. Mm-hmm. So I thought filmmaking is really slow and kind of painful.
Just take some pictures where you find different things leaning on the wall and give me your eyes on a few. Did you ever hear of a cat named Eric Morris? That was a
No.
coach? I worked with him. He used to I wanted to study for directing.
Yeah.
So I always made film, and he used to have us do abandonments in the middle of the scene. Do another abandonment where you'd have a seizure on the ground. Get up and do it again. Do an abandonment. I was so exhausted. I was like, I'm gonna.
When I first started acting, I was kind of superstitious the whole time because I was very nervous. So I'd have to come up with rituals to calm myself down. Mm-hmm. You know, kind of have them be the same. That's the way people get to be OCD, I imagine. But like, some of them were unusual, like doing something like that, falling on the ground and having a seizure, you know, a pretend one.
Look it back into it.
But then I wouldn't allow myself to explain what I was doing. Uh-huh. That was usually part of it. I had to do something odd, humiliating, breaking the ice, and then not explain my behavior.
Amazing.
I got over that. It upset people.
What's the don't like it look like?
The city has become someplace where
It's still got so much soul. I'm having a blast being here.
You need a lot more money.
You need a lot more money. You never know what someone will be like. Peter was one of the easiest people I've met. He's open, honest, he's authentic. It goes to show, keep your ideas out of the way, keep an open mind, and you'll constantly be surprised. Life has a way of doing that. The more I show up without old ideas, the better life is, and always more entertaining.